Everybody, it's Shakira. Welcome back to Glow Beauty Wellness here on YouTube. And as you can see, we are in my husband's office. Today, we are going to be talking about how to be unforgettable as a woman. I have my notes here so that we stay on task and I don't forget anything. After I go down the list of my opinion and the things that I did in order to strategize and draw in my husband, I am going to ask my husband what made me unforgettable as a woman and why he had to lock it down. Let's get started. First things first, you have to smell amazing. I love oud fragrances. I have several mysterious fragrances where people are like, oh my gosh, what are you wearing? Lots of them. I will leave them in the description box below. But I love oud fragrances. I wear oud every single day. I am now bathing in oud, literally. Like my shower gel, the base scent is typically oud, and it's just mysterious. It makes you smell velvety. It makes you smell different. And I know like a lot of people will say that ouds typically are like evening fragrances, but I wear oud to the gym. I do not care. And I still do this, and I still get compliments to this day about how good I smell. And so when you are dating and you're attracting your husband, and each man that you meet, you are going to enchant him when you smell delicious, when you smell like a freaking experience, when you smell like, I don't know, Princess Jasmine. So yeah, smell amazing. The next thing you want to do is have flawless skin. So my skin is a little dry now, but because it's winter, but you definitely want to take care of your skin. When men look at women and when they are selecting a wife, they are looking at all of the things that make us appear, that turn on the signals in their brain. Even if they are not seeking to have children, they are looking at things like the waist to hip ratio. They're looking at your skin, your brows. They're looking at all of these things because all of these things are indicators on how their children will be taken care of, how their children will look, all of those things. They want to make sure that you exude health and beauty because this signals to them that she is wife material. Obviously, they're going to want you, and you know which way I mean. They're going to want you, but the way that what we're seeking is for them to view us as potentially mother material, and especially wife. Well, potentially wife and mother. You know what I'm trying to say. The next thing you want to do is be mysterious. Do not go on dates or just out in public in general telling all of your business, telling your life story. You want to be mysterious. You want him to leave conversations with you wanting more. You want him to be thinking about you all day because your skin looks like freaking buttercream and you smell like heaven, and he wants to know more. So he's enchanted by you, and he is going to want to know more about you because you are giving him little by little, like you're doing breadcrumbs, but not in the toxic way. You are unfolding the relationship as it should be instead of trauma dumping. I hear that's the new name for things now. You do not want to trauma dump on a possible suitor. The next thing you want to do is you want to dress well. Now, this is all relative based on your size, your complexion, your body, whether you are top heavy, bottom heavy, whatever. It does not matter your size. You want to dress appropriately for your size. So that does not necessarily mean that you need to be super fashionable or trendy, because I'm not any of those things. But you want to be dressed well. You don't want to show everything. Like I love a sheer top, and I have a tank top on this, but sheer top is like gives enough sexy. Like I like to be sexy, but we don't want to be looking like, we don't want to show too much. Again, you want to be mysterious even with the way that you dress. So be clean, dress well, your clothes should fit well, and your color should complement you so that you are drawing in the proper potential husband. The next thing, of course, you want to be well groomed. Get your nails done. Get that hair waxed. Get your brows waxed. Get a nice wig. A sew-in, something. Take care of yourself. Be well groomed. Show that you take pride in the way that you look. Very important. My last tip is to be cultured. Now, even if you have not traveled anywhere, you don't have to travel anywhere to have culture. Read some books, expand yourself, be expansive, always be open to learn, always ask questions. If you are dating somebody or in the presence of somebody that has traveled a lot of places and that has had an interesting life, you want to be inquisitive. You want to know about this. You want to know about that. Anything that you don't know, you're asking questions. You are, if you've never been to Italy, but you really want to go, you're studying Italy and you are studying all of these things so that you can hold conversations with his colleagues or with, let's say you join some sort of Rotary Club, country club, or whatever. You want to be able to talk to these people about things. You do not want to use a lot of slang. You want to show that, wow, this girl is beautiful. Her skin is amazing. She smells like heaven and an experience. And she speaks so eloquently. She enunciates and she knows about, whatever, whatever book. My point is, you want to be cultured. You want to have people looking at you in awe and never forgetting you, even if you don't end up with the person, but they will never forget you, and that's for sure. So I'm going to call my husband in here, and I have not shared my list with him. I want him to share with us real time the things that made me unforgettable. Babe!
Yeah.
I have a question.
All right, Rocket's coming with me.
Okay. So I'm doing a video.
Okay.
On how to be unforgettable as a woman.
And you're doing it on my iPad.
Yes.
Okay.
and I'm in your office.
You are.
Mm-hmm. And I want you to tell the people what made me unforgettable when we were in our dating phase. I want you to tell the people what made me unforgettable when we were in our dating phase.
Are we talking about first date or we're talking about overall?
First date and overall.
Okay. Wow. That was a while ago. That was some years ago. Okay. Number one, you were beautiful. So initially the physical attraction, we are men, we're visual. So the very first thing that caught my eye was you. I can say definitively that was number one. Mm-hmm. The way that you dressed. You were, what's the right word? Sexy and classy at the same time. Ooh. So the dress you had on was very, very nice. It was classy. We went to a really, really nice restaurant and you dressed appropriately, but still looked sexy. I remember when we initially sat down, it was a group of guys sitting. It was a group of guys sitting at the table. Like we were sitting like this, and it was a group of guys, and their table was a different angle. But we were looking at the side of them. Mm-hmm. And every time I looked at them, they were staring at you. Mm-hmm. And, no one wants someone that no one else doesn't want. So that was an attractor right there. You caught many eyes that night, not just mine. And you smelled really, really good. And I remember it took you about a month to tell me what it was. I kept asking, what was that fragrance? You're like, nope, I ain't telling you.
Because I don't want nobody smelling like me.
That's exactly what you said. That's to say, you date somebody else and you're going to tell them what I was wearing. Mm-hmm. All right. So that was another thing. Let me tell you what really, I ain't going to say really stood out, but another one of the things on the first date. When we sat down and they brought the drink list and everything like that, you knew exactly where to go and you had questions about what you wanted, but it wasn't like you was asking, well, what kind of Hennessy y'all have, or specialty cocktails or anything like that.
Yeah.
You went straight to the wine list. You were, with your white wines, and you specifically asked, what do you have that's this flavor? I think you said buttery. What do you have that's buttery? And I'm like, okay, she knows what she wants. And obviously this is not her first time at a really nice restaurant. So that was
that's a good one.
Big one right there. You knew, what I'm saying, what you want to drink. You didn't know what you wanted to eat right away. But when it came to that, you were, I guess, well versed. I guess, you knew what you were talking about. And I was like, okay, all right, I can take you places. And, I don't have to worry about you, looking at certain things. Yeah, embarrassing.
Can I have the Merlot?
The Merlot with some salmon and the mignon. You knew your way around the menu. You seemed like you knew what you were talking about. That was really important. And as we sat down, you sat next to me instead of across from me. You were okay with sitting right next to me. And that was like really, really big for me. I'm a physical touch guy. So, having you sitting next to me. Now, mind you, we had conversations. We met 5 months before we went on 6 months before we went on an actual date.
Was it that long?
It was that long. You know why. So I was excited to see you, so there was conversations that were there. So, we sat next to each other, which was a big thing for me.
That was mysterious, y'all. He was like, why does girl keep
canceling dates? Anyway. But we had a connection. Now, this is the thing. The question was, what made you most memorable, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Unforgettable,
right? There was a connection there. We had a connection, and I felt like you acknowledged it. That was really, really big. So this is the thing. Is this for ladies and guys?
This is for ladies.
Okay, ladies. When there's a connection, you can play it either one or two ways. You could be right down the middle. You can play, hey, I'm really, really interested, and it comes across as being desperate. Right? And, that is, or I'm completely not interested, and it comes off as being stuck up, bougie, I'm too good.
Or like you're playing games.
Playing games, yeah. Playing hard to get and everything like that. You were right in the middle. You showed and expressed that you were interested, but very much so far from desperate. And that was the number one thing, because I was very interested in you, and you showed subtle interest, but very far from desperate. And that, above all things, mixed with all of that other stuff, made me say, okay, yeah, I really want to get to know her more, and go on more dates. And yeah, because right after that, we took off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Overall, do I get to say overall also?
Yes. I want you to.
Which made you unforgettable, memorable? Our conversations were really good, and they were always present. Like, we didn't go too much into, let me tell you what happened to me here and there and all that other kind of stuff. We always talked about the present and what we wanted and where we wanted to go, which was good for me, because there are certain things I truly believe that everyone has a chapter in their book they don't want read out loud. And sometimes when someone reads their chapter out loud, you feel bad about not reading yours out loud. I know us as men, I don't know about the women, but it's kind of like, oh, I went through this, and you just say okay, and you move on to the next subject. It kind of is off-putting possibly to the person who is sharing. We never had that uncomfortable moment, while we were getting to know each other. We know a lot about one another now, but during that particular time, which made me wanted to know you more, is that I didn't know a lot of things about you and what made you you. So sometimes we're interested in what makes a person the person that we're admiring.
Yeah.
That was a big thing. Ultimately, our goals aligned, though, and that was the thing that made me say, okay, she's different. Not like you know, other women I had dated and everything like that. So that was a really big thing for me. And I'm not gonna say I'm super uber successful or anything like that.
Yes, you are.
Okay, I said I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah.
You seem interested but not impressed. And when I say not impressed, I'm not saying that you were like, that ain't nothing.
Yeah.
But not like, oh my God, you make this and you do that and you go here and you know, and all of this kind of stuff. You knew I was, you know, business owner, public speaker, and trainer. And, you know, you've seen some of my videos at the time of me speaking in front of crowds of thousands of people. And you was like, oh, that's cool. Not, oh my God, all of those people showed up to hear you. It was never that, which was pretty cool. You know, I really, I like that because I felt like I can really be me and we still be the same.
Yeah.
You know, so those are, I guess, the top points.
Okay.
Did I serve the purpose well?
You did. Thank you for your input.
Now I'm getting kicked out.
Yes, you are, because I gotta tell some secrets.
Well, I'm gonna see it when you post it.
Yeah, but I can't tell you right now. Thank you, baby.
You're welcome, baby. Come on, Rocket.
Okay, we're about to No Boys Allowed right now. So, a couple of things that he said that I want you all to like take away while you're on your journey to, and it's not just about dating, right? But I know that that's what a lot of ladies want. Nothing wrong with that. You want to attract individual that is of a certain status, and then sometimes girls, like he was telling me, my husband was telling me that, you know, some girls would just be super impressed by what he did and what he had and these things, and it's like, it's not nothing to scoff at, you know, his accomplishments, but you all cannot be blown away by somebody, or, you know, putting somebody on a pedestal and, you know, like, oh my God, you're this, you're that, you know, that's not attractive. So you ask questions and things like that, but understand that when you act like, oh my God, when you act desperate, or like, you know, that peasant energy where it's like, oh my gosh, he's this and that and the third, that is not attractive to anybody. And you lose sight of what you're doing. Men love to talk about what they do. Trust me, they love to talk about how successful they are, so on and so forth. And you let them. And you, like he said, I found it very cool, you know what I mean? But I'm not about to, you know, I hate to say this, but like the ego stroking doesn't happen right away. You know, you gather information and you kind of set the tone for how you're showing up in the relationship. And it's like, okay, it starts here and then we grow and we grow and we grow and we grow and we grow. So of course, now present day, like, I'm my husband's biggest fan. I am his biggest cheerleader. I know that, he is just absolutely amazing at what he does and so on and so forth. But you never, it's like groveling, like, oh my God, you never do that. And like he said, you know, when I opened up the menu, I knew I'd been to enough restaurants. And listen, ladies, if nobody's taking you to a proper restaurant and a proper date, then you take yourself and you learn about the menu. You learn about what to order. You learn what this means and what that means. And in that way, nothing anybody does can impress you. It's just like, okay, this is not saying that you don't want to be impressed, because you're showing up and you're impressing him, but you're not, like, this is your lifestyle. This is what you do. You get your nails done. You drink this type of champagne. You go to this type of shop. You dress this type of way. You're used to meeting CEOs and business owners and successful people. You know, if you haven't traveled anywhere, you're making plans to. You're very articulate. You're articulate, and you know how to carry yourself as a woman, and all those things wrapped in one make you unforgettable. So he hit on like basically everything that I put in the list. And I'm going to end the video on this because we're at 20 minutes, about 20 minutes before I edit this. But again, how to be unforgettable and magnetic as a woman. That is this video. If you have other tips, honey, drop them down below. Do not forget that I am hosting a yoga and wellness retreat, Fall Equinox 2024 in Sedona. We are super duper early with this. I need to get on it with the registration link and all of those things. I will have the save the date in this video, the link to my website, and as always, I thank you so much for tuning in, and make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.